What up, people? Oh man, I got a lot going on. Where we at? Where we at? All right, all right, all right. How everybody doing tonight? What's going on, brother?
What's happening now?
Man, you got it. You got it. Can you hear me pretty clear?
Yeah, you good. Can you hear me?
Okay. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, because I got it going through my glasses right now, so I was like,
Oh, okay,
I could,
okay.
yeah. So I wasn't even sure, man. I was like, let me go ahead and do it like this.
Yeah.
Man, how your day been, bro?
Oh man, beautiful.
Yeah.
65 degrees.
Oh yeah, 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 yeah. You can't go wrong with that.
No, sir. I mean, we was just outside all day just enjoying the weather.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Uh, get back to some normalcy.
Yeah, man. Cause this snowing and being extra cold, I can't.
You're like, I left New York for this. I ain't trying to come back to
Yeah.
this.
I ain't no spring chick. Don't you just hate when kids put empty containers back in the refrigerator?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Or try to stuff the trash can instead of just taking it out and changing the bag.
Oh man,
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
something
yeah, yeah.
else.
All that. Yeah.
Babe, I thought we was
What's
the
up,
only ones
Shay?
going through that.
Man, no. You're just, bruh.
Mm-mm.
Yeah, man. Boy, these days are
So
getting long.
is tonight? Uh, what's the topic for tonight?
Uh,
I didn't see it.
Submissiveness versus assertiveness
Oh, okay.
in a relationship, in a marriage or a relationship. Finding yourself without losing yourself.
Mm.
See, this one's gonna be good because most people think they are something different,
Mm-hmm.
but they just work. They work the same.
Right.
They work the same, but you just got to know, girl. This is your topic. It's always topic because when you get in a relationship, you need to be submissive and assertiveness. Jasmine.
Yeah.
These are the things that works you up to that point. It's the wealth and the knowledge.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
She said neither.
She's quite stubborn. I can't stand her. Stubborn. Yeah, well, you need to be unstubborn. And cheers at that. That's what I've been doing. I'm thirsty. Shit.
I know that's right.
Man. Yeah, man. So let's let some more people roll in. Oh, I gotta shoot my boy.
Yep, they go godmother.
You stupid.
Where's she at?
Wait,
What?
did you see Marlon's face? I love it.
Where's she at? Hey, I ain't seen Godmother in a minute.
Really?
Yeah, she been
Wow.
I don't know, she been busy, man. I
Uh-huh.
know, right? Legacy would just be staring at you like this. That's how she do you.
Mm-mm-mm.
Man, yeah.
Max?
Oh man.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm trying to see my boy gonna come through.
Oh, okay.
Straight looking like her mother. Yeah, my
Mm.
boy supposed to come on tonight.
Wow. I don't know what big guy doing. He just took over
I
my
don't know
room.
what they doing either.
He over here with me.
Man, tell her put the fork down.
Yeah.
Shit. Right? Put the fork down, partner. Man, yeah.
Big guy, you got a mess.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. What's happening?
Thank you so much.
What's up, man? Put the
Not
fork
much.
down.
I'm coming out. I'm getting ready to come up now. I'll be there in a second.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right.
He said, "Tell him put that fork down."
Free to be. What's up, love? What's good? What's good?
In there eating all the collard greens. I like collard
All
greens.
the hog maws.
Almost.
Mm-hmm.
And stuff down.
That's funny.
Let me plug this in.
Yeah, for your phone died.
Don't round me, woman.
There you go.
Be submissive now.
Nope.
What?
He already using the topic, boy. Woo! Brooklyn, I ain't got nothing to do with that one.
He about to get
Right, right.
Take that now. There's a couple of ways you can take that.
it. Ain't the one you gonna need.
Hey, I understand. I know he hungry.
Hungry, thirsty, everything.
You need some act right.
Don't give it to me.
Like the way he want it.
I ain't had a fight all week. Come on.
He said, "Give me a reason to get all the smoke. Come on."
Right.
Oh man.
That's right. Leave him alone if he's hungry. That's what
Mm.
Freedom B said. Leave him alone if you're hungry.
He's thirsty. Drinking all the tea.
Thank you for the heart, miss.
If you didn't make such good tea, I wouldn't drink it.
You right. I can't even lie on that one. You right.
It is delicious.
Yeah, because it don't stay in the refrigerator at all.
I know. Now get out my spot. Move.
Mm.
I'm about to push you over.
Uh,
If you don't get your foot.
Mm-mm-mm.
let's see.
Wait a minute.
Cause I
Daughter, y'all get that thing situated? Miss Gwen, what it do?
Hey, I can't call it. How you doing?
Oh man, I'm chilling.
You look like you
I'm
chilling.
chilling. I am. I am so chill, man.
I want to be like you when
I
I
am
grow
ready.
up.
Keita, what's up? What's up? Man, look. That's all I can do right now in my lifetime is just chill.
How was your day?
Listen. It was good, man. It was good. Just it's busy. Just busy.
That's good. Busy is good.
Yeah, busy is definitely good, man. I makes no complaints. I
¿Qué
tell you, no
pasó,
complaints at all.
Wagwan?
What?
Tiny.
Nothing.
What in the world?
What's
Damn.
happening?
Lord have mercy.
Mm.
Hey, Brooklyn.
Hey,
How you doing, beautiful?
Oh,
I'm good in
free to be.
you.
I appreciate
Girl,
you,
I'm
love.
trying to just survive another day.
I know that's
There you
right.
go.
Hey, free to be.
Do do
Hey,
No
Free.
doubt.
Hey, Kita.
do.
I
We
didn't
got the
forget you
whole
next
clan
level. How
here.
you doing?
Oh, hey, kid. I didn't even see you.
She said
Let's
peace and
see.
love. She's so zen.
We got Shay in here. We got Coco Chanel and down in there too. So we got everybody down up in here. I'm waiting on my boy Brian to come up, man, so he can
Thank you, big guy.
chime in on this one.
Sade, how you doing?
What's happening?
I can't call it.
I heard that.
The weekend is almost upon us.
Hey.
Marlon, what's the topic for tonight?
You know what?
Yes, sir. As that sinister laugh, I'm almost afraid.
I'm gonna say this in a very sweet way.
Go ahead.
You ready?
Yeah.
I always post what the topic is gonna be, but nobody goes to my page and actually likes and says anything about it when I post it. I take all my time posting it and putting it on my story.
Hold on. Let me get my. Oh, wait a minute. Let me get it. The guilt is just deafening.
Hey, look. Oh,
Jesus, Mary and
I
Joseph.
take all my time posting
Lord
it.
of Jesus, he
And
done carried it 12
everybody be like,
miles
"What's
through
the topic?"
snow.
12 miles through the snow. Jazzy, what's good?
He had to
All
go
my
uphill.
life.
All my life I had to fight.
I'm just saying.
Damn, Brother Bear. Oh, Jesus, the guilt is real.
Hey.
Let's see. There's some family photos. Okay, there it is right there. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Jesus. Submissiveness versus assertiveness in a marriage relationship. Finding strength without losing yourself. Do I really want to be part of this one tonight? I don't know. I'm going to be in the cut being quiet. I'm having a rough 2 days, y'all. I'm having a rough 2 days. It's beating me down. I'm going to wear black for the rest of the week.
Nah, don't do that.
I'm in mourning.
You're in mourning?
Yeah, I'm in mourning. I'm in mourning.
Oh, you got it. You got it. Don't worry.
Nobody's trying to hear you in mourning.
Say that again, Tiny.
I said nobody's trying to hear that mourning stuff. Cut it out.
As he sits there in the dark and all I can see is his goatee.
Yeah. Come on, man. What's up tomorrow?
Hey,
Who
man.
you hiding from?
Cheers, everybody.
Oh, man.
Salud.
Oh, man. What you say, big guy?
I said,
Salud.
I need something to drink.
Hey, man.
Don't we all?
Look. Shit. Shit.
Wait, Marlon, pick up your glass and have a sip for me, please. There it is. There it is. Enjoy it. Let it roll around your tongue a little bit. Savor that flavor.
Yeah. Man. Just telling you, like, it be like that sometimes.
Old boy keep texting me and I just don't want to respond. Jesus? Talking about he can't sleep. He's suffering from depression right now. My first instinct being from the Bronx is find the nearest bridge and jump off. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Yeah, that's my first response.
That has nothing to do with submissiveness and assertiveness.
Well, it was assertive. I'm telling him what to do to solve his depression.
Wow.
Look, I feel you. Look, Jazzy, I was like 2 seconds from going to make a margarita in this Ninja margarita machine like that. Yo, I was like 2 seconds. I was like, but I got so pressed for time. So, cheers, Jazzy.
Out.
And welcome in, everybody. 100 podcast. We got a great topic for tonight. I threw it down in the comments earlier. It's called submissiveness versus and assertiveness.
Mm.
And I said are often treated like opposites, one weak and one strong. But guess what? They're actually the same. They actually do the same thing. It's just that people misplace where they're supposed to do it at.
Mm.
Yeah. So, like, both are expressions of strength. Okay. One is rooted in like mutual respect, trust, and purpose. But the problem is either trait with either one of those traits is misusing it. And that's what we're going to dig into to making sure that we're not misusing the submissiveness and assertiveness. So, what do you guys think submissiveness is? Oh, y'all quiet.
Oh, I'm dead quiet. There's a funeral in my corner.
Oh yeah. Nobody don't want to say what submissiveness is.
I
Okay.
said I was going to sit in the cut today. I'm going to sit back and listen and be a good
You gonna sit back
girl.
in the cut?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right.
I guess letting the man take charge.
Let's go beyond the scope of just. Oh no! This is not a BDSM panel. No. Okay. I like that.
Wait now. That was a little interesting. Hold on a second.
It was. I was like, no. I like Jazzy. She was like, look what we got going on here. No. It's not that.
That was a
So
Scooby-Doo
no,
moment.
Brooklyn. What I was saying was, think about it just in general, without even connecting as far as with a man or a woman. What is submissiveness? What would you say submissiveness is?
I'll give it basically being able
I was
to,
thinking.
for lack of better words, I guess. Well, dang. I kind of wanted to go that way with it, but I better not say that.
Coco Chanel
Well, I'm gonna
said,
let
"Let
you
your
think
guard
about it.
down."
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Free to Be says submissiveness means letting someone else take the lead instead of you. Coco Chanel says to let your guard down. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I agree. So my definition of what I'm saying is submissiveness is choosing cooperation, right?
Ego. My man.
Choosing support, choosing alignment. Notice the key word is choosing those things.
Right.
Submissiveness is yielding by choice, not by force.
Right.
And here's the big one. Submissiveness is trusting leadership when leadership is healthy.
Right.
Key word, healthy.
Healthy.
Right.
That's a key word for you. I want y'all to catch that one. Key word is healthy with submissiveness, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, it definitely can become unhealthy when your voice is silenced,
Mm-hmm.
right? When it's demanded instead of offered.
Right.
And here's the big one. Submissiveness is unhealthy when it's used to control or dominate. So no, this is not a BDSM. I'm messing with her. I'm messing with Jazzy. Yeah, it's when it's used to be in control or dominate, then that's when it's very unhealthy. So that's what submissiveness is, right? Because I want to make sure we got definitions before we jump into everything.
Well, that's what I wanted to say along those lines, Marlon. And I was trying to
Oh
get
yeah, okay.
that thought together because just because you are, and let's use terms of being submissive from the female standpoint, just as she is submissive to you, you have to in turn be submissive to her. That way it works.
Absolutely.
So that's kind of where I was wanting to go with it, along with exactly what seems to be every time what you say is what I want to say. What I say is what you say.
Hey, we in sync, brother. We in sync, man.
But yeah, definitely give and take for sure.
For sure. So I'm gonna assume everybody got the definition. We understand what submissiveness is, right? Now, what do you guys say assertiveness is?
It can kind of go either way.
Okay.
It could be a
What do
push
you
for
say?
the position
Mm-hmm.
to demand it, as you were saying, which takes on a whole different aspect. Or it could be a push for making sure that it's done correctly. So,
Okay.
um, you know,
Okay. What else? What else? Everybody think?
Taking charge, taking the lead, standing in a leadership role, taking on responsibility, ensuring that all goals are met.
Okay. For sure. What? Oh, here we go.
Here we
Got
go.
some trolls.
all right, let's see what I got to get out my channel. My Popeyes and EBT PPL. Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'll go and let you take care of that one, big guy.
What about KFC? You don't like KFC?
Yeah. Right.
And one day you'll get your 2-piece and a biscuit
Sure you want to
with a
stick
little
Not
honey.
around?
here.
If you don't want to stick around,
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back
Right.
no more, no more, no more, no more.
Like, this is what we about to do. So,
Deuces.
assertiveness, right? So, assertiveness is, in my definition, is expressing the needs, right? The needs of what you want, as well as the boundaries, and making sure that you're setting your, oh my gosh, expectations clearly.
I'm proud of you, boy. I'm proud of you.
Hey, I'll give it to you every now and then. I know, right? What? What's up, Danielle? What's up? It's also going to be like standing firm without aggression.
Right.
That's assertiveness. Let's see. Frida B has some comments in here too.
Yeah. She had up
What did
top.
those say?
Being able to say how you feel and express what you need and want and won't accept. Then she came down underneath and said, without attacking your partner or making yourself small.
Mm.
Yeah.
And then Jasmine threw up after that one,
Yeah.
which is not her comments, but she threw up for what I said. uh, Another thing about assertiveness is, and I think this is probably one of the hugest part of being assertive in a relationship is advocating for yourself and the relationship. You got to advocate for yourself, man. Because it's standing firm on what it is. Like, if I'm in this relationship, I'm standing 10 toes down. Period. You know, loving someone without losing yourself. Absolutely, because so often we get in relationships, right, and we'll lose ourselves.
Yes, you
We
Mm-hmm.
will.
will.
Yep.
We'll lose ourselves in relationships and everything that goes into with that. You're right. What
Mm-hmm.
does that mean? Losing yourself, honey? That means
Sucks.
losing yourself is saying
Can I
things
answer
that
that
you
part?
enjoy, things that you normally did that were part of the essence of who you are. You stopped doing it because this person didn't necessarily like it. You couldn't be it's losing your
You couldn't be
individuality.
yourself.
You couldn't be yourself.
Well, not just that. Not just that. And I'm a great example of losing yourself, which would be to
Hmm.
I can take that part what you just said, but also, you know,
Go ahead.
if a person is not interested in what you're interested in, but because you care for that person the way that you do, you tend to step away from what it is that you enjoy doing to be with them or to interact with them or do the things that they like. That's a big way to lose yourself
Mm.
in a relationship. You tend to take on more of their likes and their
Yeah.
wants and their things that they would like to do and places that they would like to be. So you kind of wash away what you want to do. Pleasing. Exactly, Daniel.
Right.
That's a great word.
It's
Yeah.
like you put yourself on the
Yeah.
back burner.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Until you get burned.
So until you get burned and it's hot.
That's the question, Mrs. Burrows. Is like the compromise. Do you compromise? Or do you just give it all? Like that's real. That's
Hey,
real.
look, that was good, right?
Yeah.
So welcome in everybody. Welcome to the 100 podcast. Topic for tonight is submissiveness versus assertiveness. Understand, they're both good things, but people misuse them.
Do.
Um,
Yes.
your sister talking about you need to just come on the screen already, ma'am. She over here making her a sandwich. She all right. She like, nope. Now, yeah, she throw her little tidbits in. So, but here's another part. Everybody, Courtney said, "Come on." Freddie B said, "Come on, we need her." She's like,
Miss
"Let her
Burrows be
finish her
dropping them
sandwich."
jewels though. She be hitting it on the head,
Oh
boy.
yeah, oh yeah.
Yes, sir.
Now, all the other parts I was saying was the healthy part. So here's the unhealthy. It's unhealthy. Assertiveness becomes unhealthy when it turns into dominance.
Mm.
It also dismisses your partner's perspective. And assertiveness is unhealthy when it's about winning instead of understanding. I want y'all to chew on that one for a second.
Thank you, big guy.
Assertiveness is bad and unhealthy when it's about winning instead of understanding.
Mm.
Listening to understand, not to respond. Jasmine's like,
Thank
show
you.
your face.
Thank you, big guy.
I don't know where she at. She ain't even got her face up here. Tell her to show her face.
Burrows, how are you?
Hi, everybody.
Hello,
Hey.
hello.
All right.
So is it different though between men and women?
Absolutely.
What? Submissiveness and assertiveness?
Yes, because men interpret assertiveness in women as something domineering rather than her expressing what she's really feeling.
See, you skipping. I'm getting to. I'm getting to that.
This is why I don't jump in.
But I'm getting to that.
Leave that woman alone, boy. Leave that woman alone.
You know I got order. I got order around here.
Get all your points out. So.
Gotta get my points out first. Here we go. But it's in my. Oh, hey. Jasmine's like, preach, girl. So think of it like this, right? Submissiveness without a voice is oppression. Assertiveness without love is aggression. But at the same time, healthy relationships, keyword healthy, require both of those to work together. Mm-hmm. Anybody disagree? I mean, if you disagree, we can rock, paper, scissors this thing like my shirt. All right, so let's jump into it. Anybody that's just joining us, make sure you guys grabbing that daily heart me up at the top. Welcome to the 100-100. Topic for tonight is a submissiveness versus assertiveness, and understanding that they both work in the relationship. It's about not misusing them, using them in the right places. So let's think about perspectives and beliefs. So where do you think people learn the definition of submissive?
First place you learn it is in the Bible.
Parents.
Actually, I would say the same, Brooklyn, is it's not something that you read or pick up. It's something that is learned from a kid being raised. That's just my thought. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I feel like everything starts from, our beginning, and our beginning is our childhoods, So
let's see.
Frida B says they don't even know where to find it in the Bible, but they quick to use. Absolutely.
That part.
That part. Jasmine says someone's first missionary Baptist church. Hey man,
you're crazy.
Hey, missionary Pentecostal Baptist church, and of the third, yeah.
Not the Pentecostals.
Hey,
gotta have that Pentecostal up in there.
Hey man, it be like that.
You did at 3:00 in the afternoon. What?
I think people learn it from different places. 3:00 service.
Sunrise service.
Hey, you added the Pentecostal in there.
No, that's 4 services in a day. Don't play.
But no, like I think everybody learns their version of submissiveness in some different places. Right? Hey, appreciate that. I think my first way of seeing submissiveness was in my household, right? I was raised in a 2-parent household, and I was afforded the opportunity to watch my mother submit to my father, and my father also submit to my mother. And watching both of them submit to each other, honestly pushed me to how, I was like, oh, this is what I want, watching my mother and my father. When I say my mother submitted and my father submitted, was my mother submitted because she respected the fact that my dad was the man of the house. My father submitted because he knew that this was the woman of the house, and that the essence of how the house ran, he had to submit to a certain part of her in order for the house to stay in order. Who got water running?
Sorry.
Okay, there we go.
I'm about to run in the kitchen and see.
So Jasmine asked, did you know it was submissive or later understood what you witnessed? Man, great question. I later understood what I witnessed. And once I understood what it was, it was one of those things for me personally. I was like, okay, I like the order of how those things went. I like the order. I like that it was a, to my wife's point, it was a compromise to understand that two people that have such powerful mindsets still had to submit to each other. It was consideration involved in all of that as well. So yes, to your point, Jasmine, yeah, it was what I witnessed. I mean, I was a kid. I didn't necessarily understand, but I witnessed it, and then when I got to a certain age, I operated the same way that I saw it.
But that comes
Operated
from
in that way.
trust, though. I think that comes from an abundance of trust and
Mhm.
respect for each other. Because if you don't trust your partner, you're not going to submit. You're going to hold back something for yourself.
Oh,
But when you
absolutely.
fall, when you have a free fall into a relationship, and when I say free fall, you know how when you do a bungee jump, you just fall into it? It's the
Hmm.
same thing when you're submitting. You fall into it. And
Right.
you know that the other person is falling as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, um, here's another question. But thank you for that. Um, why do you guys think assertiveness often get labeled as disrespect in relationships?
It got real quiet. It got real quiet.
Why does assertiveness what?
Why does assertiveness often get labeled as disrespect in relationship? Did y'all catch it?
I think sometimes in relationships, when you have one person that's assertive and the other person can't meet that person's needs, they then deflect and say, it's aggression or it's something negative instead of saying, okay, this is what this person wants. I.e., if a woman wants to get married, she'll say, look, I'm not going to take this relationship this way and give this to myself if we're not going to work towards marriage. That's her being assertive and saying, look, this is what I want. This is my end game. But then a brother will kick back and say, well, wait a minute, we just had our first date. She's just saying, i.e., this is my end game. This is my goal. And if you're not going to walk with me with that goal, then we can do whatever. Brothers will say that's being pushy. She's just setting boundaries and saying, we ain't going to play house. We either going to build a house, but we're not going to be playing house.
Okay. Let's see. Jasmine says people are sensitive. Well,
Too sensitive.
um, you see, Rexy said it, value. Wow. Yeah. Value plays a very big part. Coco Michelle says maybe the other partner is choosing when and how they want to deal with it. Meaning, give me a little bit more on that one, Coco, when you get a second. Um, Free to BC, people confuse discomfort with disrespect. Okay, Jasmine circles back and said they can't take constructive feedback or boundaries. They see it negatively and react. Okay. And then Coco, if you wanna, if you're in a position and you can come up and actually verbalize, then cool, cool, cool. If you don't feel like typing and whatnot. Um, um. So the question was, why does assertiveness often get labeled as disrespect in relationships? Okay, she said, Coco said, it's really the same thing as what everyone else is saying. Okay, fair. Fair, fair, fair. You was about to add something, huh?
The only thing I was going to say is sometimes it's not what you're saying, but how you're saying it when communicating. Um, every time you open your mouth, you're communicating something for some reason. You're expecting some result. And a lot of times, effective communication is being able to speak your truth but sometimes to an audience in a way so that the audience can receive it. So the first part is understanding your audience, right? And a lot of times in relationships, we assume that the person that we're speaking to thinks like us, understands like us. So we talk to them the way we hear ourselves talk to ourselves.
Right.
And we don't even realize how we sound when it comes out. And a lot of time the message can be lost because of the way it's being delivered or even the timing of delivery.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So free to be said. So I guess the real question becomes: is assertiveness calm and clear, or is it loaded and reactive?
Mm,
That's a good one.
that's a good question.
That's a very good question.
That's a very good one.
Are you being assertive or being demanding?
Well, remember, demanding goes into the unhealthy part of it.
Right.
So if we're considering the healthiness of it, again, it's going to be the interpretation and perception of how the person takes it, as well as how the person is delivering. Like you just said, sometimes it's about how you say it. So if you say it in a particular way where it sounds demanding, a person is going to take it as that. They're going to take it as the unhealthy way. But if you say the same exact thing, but in your tone and delivery is different, then the odds are they will. I say it's safe to say they're going to take it a different way. Um, let's see what else. Jasmine says understanding the buyer. We learned that at work. Absolutely. It's so it's funny that Jasmine said that. Understanding the buyer. At When you're a salesperson, you have to understand the buyer. You have to understand their needs. You have to understand everything about it. The same thing applies in a relationship. You got to understand that person's needs. Before you can even understand what before they can understand the product that you're trying to sell. You got to see if their need is going to be able to fit into what you have to sell them.
And I think people really do forget the importance of timing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Based on what's going on, a lot of people the person you're trying to talk to may not be in a place where they are able to receive what you're saying. If I'm highly emotional, highly upset about whatever's going on around us, I may not be in the place to have a constructive conversation at that very moment. So to hit with other realities may not get through at that
At that
time,
moment.
at that moment. But if patience is practiced and time is given to calm down and everyone to be in a place of balance, then now a constructive conversation can happen where both parties can receive in a place of balance rather than a place of emotions. So even if you're on that first date, right? If you're thinking emotionally on that first date, I need to let this person know that this is what I want so that they can tell me right now if they're going to be able to give it to me or not. Because if they're not, then the other person, the timing for the other person, they can be thinking, oh, this is a nice date. I'm ready to explore to see how this goes. They may not be ready based on the timing.
Okay, that's fair. What say you guys?
I agree with that.
Okay. Um. Huh. Here's the next question. This one is good.
Uh oh.
Can someone be submissive and strong at the same time? Why or why not?
Say that again.
Can someone be submissive and strong at the same time? Why or why not? Coco Michelle said it's a choice.
I'll say yes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I definitely agree. I think it's the highlight is it's a choice.
Right.
I think you can't. It's hard to be submissive without strength.
Mm. Mm.
Being submissive is not for the weak. It takes strength to be able to trust the person you're being submissive to. You're putting your life in their hands. You're putting your livelihood in their hands. You're trusting that by submitting to them, the outcome, this person is going to lead you to an outcome that is favorable or in your best interest and the interest of the family. That is not for the weak of heart. Because it is so much easier to say, no, I'm not going to give you control. I'm going to have to take over this. I'm going to have to do this because I don't know what you're going to do. Or you shown some signs and I can't do that. It's so much easier to do that because you can trust yourself, but to trust someone else to submit yourself to them and what they're wanting, whew,
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
that's some strength.
That's strength. uh, let's see. Kenya said, yeah, that is submissive is not a weakness. Kita said she doesn't have a why. She just said yes. And then Coco said yes, it's a choice.
It's a
Coco
choice
said
that some people choose not to take ever again.
right,
Yes,
absolutely, absolutely.
absolutely.
Um, Coco said also, how else are you going to trust someone to lead if you don't give them the ability to show you?
Yeah.
That part. That part. Friend said that, which is wild. Yeah, it is. Like the amount of strength that you got to have, especially this is where that strength part comes into play. When you're so used to doing it on your own, and to allow someone to come in that is going to be that wants to be able to do it for you and pick up those rings and say, I got this. When you're so used to saying, no, I got to do this, that takes a lot of strength. I commend, and I say this for the ladies. I commend you, especially when you have if there's a lot of ladies, and not saying everyone, but like when you are being a parent of a child and you're single, it takes a lot, and I understand that to be a submissive with someone coming in, not necessarily knowing the full aspect of this person. It's kind of like I look at myself, with me and my wife. I have to say, I appreciate her trusting me to come in and pick up. I'm not gonna say pick up pieces, but pick up the reins and say, okay, I got this. You don't have to worry about this. That she had to submit to me, which was a thing of trusting me that I was going to make sure that everything is good. So I am hearing that now. I sit here and I think that takes a lot. That takes a lot.
But from the man's perspective, too, that takes a lot.
Yes.
Because men got to get over their ego
Yes.
to be able to submit. They are to submit to their wives just as much as we are to our husbands.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I think a lot of times there's too much focus on the woman submitting and not enough talk about
The man
the
thing.
man submitting.
Yeah.
That he can submit to his wife too.
Yeah,
just as he can submit to the Lord.
absolutely. Let's see. We got a couple of comments. Let's see. Keita said, with how I see them lead their own lives. Absolutely. If you're failing, I can't trust you. Hurricane. Hey, welcome, man. Hurricane. What's good? What's good? She said that part. Frida B said, it works when it's safe. That part, and I said that before. If a woman doesn't feel safe, she's not going to submit. It works well when it's safe and there is respect, as well as you could be heard because your voice matters. Absolutely, man. Like it plays a big part. It plays a very, very, very huge part in that. Um, man. Um, number 4. I appreciate everybody. Number 4 on there. Getting to now your part where you was talking about gender roles. uh, yes, yes, yes. Definitely, Kenya. Many have difficulty with yielding to certain situations. Yes, I will definitely agree with that because when you're so used to handling certain situations to again give up the reins and say, okay, I'm gonna allow this person to do that, that submissiveness could be hard. Because now things that you typically had control over, now you gotta say, okay, I'm gonna relinquish that and allow this person that I know that has shown me they can do it, but I still kind of don't know. I kind of still got to trust them to do it. But you kind of teeter-totter with it. Rexy says communication, absolutely. Open-minded, give and receive. Everything they just said, everything. Kenya said, this is when the ego plays a huge part in that yielding. Man, that ego, and then Keita says ego makes it controlling versus leading. Yes. Yeah, because now it's all about how you put it out there, right? All key points. All key points. Um, here, let's look at the gender and roles in this one. Okay, Frida, we have one more comment before I move to the next one. So I think for many men, leadership is identity. For them, so if he feels disrespected, it can hit deeper. Oh, absolutely. 1,000%. So here's a question. Do men and women get judged differently for being assertive? Do men and women get judged differently for being assertive? Oh,
Yes.
yeah. Everybody says yes.
Yeah.
Brooklyn Babe, yes.
Especially at work.
Men are go-getters, women are overly aggressive. I mean, it's all about the wording. It's all about the verbiage that's being used. You're
Yeah.
bossy, you're masculine when you're a female and when you're aggressive. I mean, when you're assertive, but when a man is assertive, it's, he's dedicated and ambitious and driven.
Mm. Tell me how you really feel.
Yeah, I think I'm going to have to come off panel. 'Cause I'm,
No,
I'm going
you're
through some
telling the truth.
things, you know. But
No, don't. Hey, one thing I don't do. I never take away your voice. So speak what you feel.
I just think that people use submission and assertiveness to their own advantage when they're trying to manipulate.
Amen.
You know, the same thing that they tell you they like you for, the same thing they turn around and hate you for. I like an assertive woman. I like a woman that know what she wants and goes after it. Then it's
Mm,
like, okay, now she's being a little too pushy now, sit down somewhere. You're not letting me lead. I mean, they get these emotional schizophrenic moments where they don't know exactly what they want. They want you to submit, but I'm not going off the edge of the cliff with you, and you're not a leader. You're going to lead us into poverty. You're going to lead us into bankruptcy. You're going to lead us into, decadence. I'm not following you, bruh. And if a woman has yeah, I'm not. Somebody's got to call for help. I'm not following you.
yeah.
Um, But I think sometimes when we submit as women, and I'm going to just speak for myself for a second, when I have submitted, and it takes a lot for me to submit. It takes a lot because I've got trust stuff going on in my life.
Fair enough.
When you have trust issues, you don't want to submit. But then when you do find yourself submitting and that person betrays you, you look at the world differently. You start to look at yourself differently. Like, I thought I had better judgment than that.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that was about, but thank you, I think.
Oh, that was somebody sending a gift.
Oh.
But it was right on time, though.
I think, you start to question your own judgment. You're like, how come I didn't see that coming? Where was that? But I knew there were signs, but damn. So I'm only speaking for myself right now.
No, you know what, Gwen, I appreciate that. And I appreciate your transparency on that because there are a lot of people who won't admit that they have trust issues, but they are at the same time will say, oh no, I trust you, but at the same time they're looking like, what are they doing? I don't know about that, right? Because that's a part of your journey. You feel what I'm saying? That's a part of your journey, and there's going to be someone that's going to be able to help you at some point in life in your journey. That's your trust issues are going to be it's not even going to be valid anymore because they're going to give you every reason to trust them. And I'm going to speak that in existence for you.
Can I say something?
You can say something.
Okay. I think a lot of people think that submission is something that is like a switch that you turn on, and one day you're doing it, or one day you're not, right? And they don't accept that it's something that you have to grow into in any relationship. So there's a lot of men that immediately get into relationships and say, submit to me. But in everything, it's a gradual progression where as your trust grows, you find yourself submitting more and more. But if you submit to something before your trust is there, that is when you feel like you betrayed yourself. As women, we talk ourselves into submitting when the trust is not there because society says that we're supposed to submit. And we have to practice listening to ourselves and trusting ourselves to say, you know what, I'm not in a place to submit to you right now. Doesn't mean I may not ever be in a place, but at this time, in this area, this is not where I can submit to you. So this is where I feel comfortable at right now. And when I am ready to try it again, I'll try it again. I'll give a more specific example. Like you, I had major trust issues. Say the word submit, it's a trigger word. It's still a trigger word for me. Still a trigger word.
Thank God I never use it.
But because of Marlon's consistent display and example of his consideration for me and whatever was going on, I grew into submitting.
Good.
It wasn't
Okay.
switch.
Somebody keep waiting until y'all say point.
Hey, these gifts be coming, right? Let me see. Let me catch a couple of comments here. Brooklyn Bay said, I'm not going to follow you off a cliff, but I will push you off. God damn it.
Exactly. That's where I am right now, Brooklyn.
I love you.
Let's see. Kenya says, thank you. Received and accepted. Rexy agreed. Brooklyn Babe, that part. Keita says, "Speak, Miss Bowers." Um, Keita said, "He earned your trust," and let's see. Therefore, earning your submission.
Mm-hmm.
I will submit if a man. So Rexy says, "I will submit if a man is worthy of it." Rexy, tell me more about that as I go to the next comment, because the word I'm highlighting is worthy. So I want to dig in that one for a second. So Kenya says, "I think we are submissive to the extent we don't feel like we are abandoning ourselves." Man, these are two good comments. Man, y'all need to come up on the panel. That's because that is
I think that's true.
yeah, man. That's key.
I am going to, if you will allow me, if you can drop me down so they can come up. This is a hard topic for me today.
I
It
understand.
may not be hard tomorrow, but today it's a hard topic for me.
I totally understand. I got you, Miss Gwen. I got you.
Good night, everybody. Be blessed.
All right. All right. Appreciate Miss Gwen and her input, and again, honesty. A lot of times we got to be honest with ourselves with certain things. We got to be in a place for certain things. So much love, much respect to Miss Gwen on that one. Okay. Free to be seen. I think worthiness is when a man is safe enough to follow.
So how do you know he's safe enough to follow? I think you should give some examples of a man
being safe enough to follow.
Yes, and submitting, I guess. I
think for a man to be, it's kind of like you said. I was consistent. I didn't vary from what I said I was going to do. If I said I was going to do something, I did it. You know what I'm saying? I did it, and
it was the way you responded to my no's.
Yes. Welcome up, Rexy. Welcome up.
Hello, everyone. How's everybody's night going?
Hey, we're going pretty good. Pretty good.
Nice. So, as far as like my comments, I'm a very strong, woman where I necessarily don't need a man in my life. I want a man. So there's a difference of they have to show me their worth where I would want to submit to them, because if they can't do better for me and bring me up, then why do I even want to be with a man? So I'm not going to submit to someone who I can't value. I can't, you have to meet me at least halfway. You have to meet me. And that's what's just everything. Conversations, loyalty, honesty. I rather hate the truth than love a lie. So if you can't be real with me, then what's the point? If you're the type of person that wants to cheat, be real about it. We'll work it out. Maybe I could be the one that can give you a threesome. Maybe I could be, there's always, but if you want to be just that demanding and no communication and you want a female to submit, show me what am I submitting to? Because what a man can do, I can do better. Show me something that I need to submit to. If you can show me that, by all means, I will submit.
Appreciate that. I appreciate it. Let me see. Let me catch a couple of these comments. Brooklyn Babe says it's basically being all in. Piggy says this is where you want. This is where what you want, what you feel matches what he does. Okay. Free to be says basically, I don't feel smaller around him. He's consistent. He keeps his word and he listens.
Part two. That's all part of communication.
Yeah, that's all part of
And
communication.
being real within themselves. So a lot of men, they have to play that macho right? And they want females to submit, and they got to play that man role, that lion, that raw. But deep down inside, y'all cuddle bears. Like, stop it. So, like, not for nothing, you guys are like strong muscle wise. Granted, hands down, I can't move a bowl, a stone across the street, but you guys can. But when it comes to like internal love and internal all that, we are the strongest. We give birth, we get up, and we can be dying with COVID right now, but we're going to work. We're taking care of kids. We're still cooking. We're still giving back rubs to our men. We're still doing everything else. But let a man get sick with a little sniffle. Oh, I want my mommy. I want my wifey. I can't move. I mean, come on, let's be for real. You guys are the biggest babies. And when it comes down to
because not me.
well, I didn't like not necessarily you, but
I know, I'm just
let's be for real. And when it comes down to men and women intimacy, like I guess that's where they come into, like they want that power.
Yeah.
And you got to give me some power for.
Oh, absolutely.
So like, okay, what you could do, I could do myself. Like, this is why I said, like, you got to show me worth.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
Like, and I'm not saying like you got to be the best thing in life, but show me something.
No, I'm with you.
Like, show me some type of initiation, communication, honesty. Like I said, I will respect you more. And I don't care how many, you can make me cry boo-hooing on the floor and I'm pulling my hair out and I even slice my wrist, for God's sake. But I would respect you more if you was honest with me. Honesty goes a long way.
No doubt. Let me see. Let me catch a couple more of these.
Because I can't submit to someone that's a liar. Like, what am I, like, that just doesn't make no sense. Communication has to be the key.
No, I'm with you. Let me catch a couple more of these comments right quick before we go too far. But I don't feel smaller around him. He's consistent. He keeps
that one right there.
There's care and tenderness when leading his lady. He doesn't punish me for disagreeing with him. He's not defensive. He takes responsibility. Always showing up beyond my need. Hell, I can go on and on. I feel calm around him. He doesn't give me anxiety. He makes me feel that softness and makes me come right and me come right. He makes that softness and me come right. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay. She says she can do it better. Tighten up. There's a time and a place for both. Facts. You ain't gonna go in the lead. Boom. This world is turned upside down. Society told men that they're supposed to be masters, but the society fails to teach men how to lead.
That part right
Leaders.
there.
Yes. Yeah. You about to say something?
Yeah, two things from what she said. Key things. Well, not what she said, and in the comment. First thing is the honesty part, right? I think you can correct me if I'm wrong, babe. Okay, I think that it's really, really hard for men to be honest with whoever they're dating, whoever they're married to, or even themselves, because men are raised basically to manipulate the woman by telling her what she want to hear instead of telling her the truth. Right. And that's that honesty that most women are looking for, because if you can be honest even in the hard things, that builds the trust.
Yes.
I can trust you. And I think that's a big struggle. The other thing that was said, it was honesty and gosh darn, I just forgot the other one.
So while you're thinking about that, yeah, for some men, You know,
So
I think it's how you are.
raised.
I want to say it's how you raise me. As you already know, I have no problem with being honest. Because, matter of fact,
So
I'm probably brutally honest with things where I should probably have a little bit more
empathy.
empathy. Right, a little bit more softness behind it. Look, because I'm brutally honest, and I will just tell you things, and I'll just be like, "All right, what do you want me to do about it?" But being raised how I was with, you know, my mother and my father, you know how my mom is. My mom just a straight shooter.
So
Like,
you know,
this is what it is. Um, and yeah, so I have to say, yeah, some men probably do struggle with that based upon how they raised, or they're choosing not to be
and
completely.
now correct me if I'm wrong. Your wife, Miss Burrows.
No, that,
Now I also feel that men, because they have to be this macho superior, they can't come submit to their own feelings because they have to be this rah lion that they have to show that they don't have an inner side. But little do they know they're really softies in reality. So
Mhm.
They
I
can't
feel that
control
also
themselves.
comes
They can't
into.
control anybody else.
Yes, and I also feel like men who are raised by single parents, like single moms, will have that more because they are raised by a female. So they're going to have that inner side because they're seeing their mother cry. They're seeing their mother struggle. They're going to see all that. So, but when they're raised by both parents, right, then they're going to look at their dad like that macho man. Dad gets served first. Like dad's the breadwinner. So that comes into their play with macho-ness. But now if they're raised by just a single father, then they're never going to have that inner
Right.
soul because they don't have that mother instinct in with them. So it all, like you said, Marlon, it is has to do with like how you're raised.
Yeah. I mean, that plays a very big part in it, man. Like, nothing against someone that was raised in like a single parent household. And nothing. I mean, it can't do
Oh yeah, I
nothing.
raised four girls by myself. Sure did.
Yeah.
Worked three jobs to this day and still got them, and my two grandchildren sure do.
Hey,
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
kudos.
But let me tell you, no. But let me tell you why I say that, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I raise my kids, right? So I don't have, and I've been told that I'm not a good mother, right? Because my kids had to basically raise themselves. In today's society, I let my kids raise themselves. They had to watch their little siblings, but of that, because I worked three jobs. So I always told them, you want me to be staying home and watching a movie with you while our lights getting cut off, or you want food and the life of luxury? So let me work. So I am like I'm not a nurturing mother. I'm more like the father, if that makes sense. So I say that to say where my kids now are, they've been working since they were 14 years old. Like they got that now. They got that from me because you are what your parents teach you.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing that I lacked was that nurturing towards them. So now my daughter comes and tells me, "Oh, mom, you're like the best grandmother I have ever seen. Like you just love him and like that." And first of all, I have four girls, so I mean, he's like the best thing in life because he's only two and he's my baby. But I'm also one older. I have stability, and I can at this time be home working from home besides my other jobs, but I'm able to do that, which I wasn't able to do to them. So they look at me as a mom that was more like a dad, but now I'm a better grandmother than I was ever a mother. And I don't fault them for that. But now my daughter has a kid and she was like, Mom, now I see you wasn't just being a bitch to us. You were really working so we can have. You're not going to know what you have until you're in that situation.
Come on.
So that still plays into my daughters are gonna fall into me where they're gonna be like, hey, I don't need you. Oh, my mother taught me don't get a home that you can't do by yourself because a man can leave possibly. You know what I'm saying? Do that on your own.
No doubt. I mean, you just said a whole mouthful right
I
there.
know. I talk a
No,
lot.
no, and
Yeah.
I appreciate that because I mean that's real spill right there. You know what I'm saying? Like, and again, it's I'm just sitting here listening, and I'm like, yeah, yeah. I mean, again, I appreciate the transparency on it. You like, yo, look, my kids had to raise themselves essentially because I still had to make sure the lights were on. I still had to make sure food was in the fridge. I had to make sure you had clothes on your back. So I need you to have a little bit of extra to basically essentially say, hey, I need you to help mom out on this, right?
Hmm.
Um, yeah.
But then they want to get
That-
mad and be like, oh, you were not a good mother. I don't care, but you had everything you needed. So, as per whatever, I am supposed to give you what you need, not what you want. I am supposed to prepare you for the life of journey on your own. I am
mm,
not supposed to coddle you. I'm supposed to make you understand life is not a game. When you go to school, that's your job. I go to work, you go to school. Then you're going to go to work. Because if you want those Nikes and those Jordans, I was not supposed to buy that for you. I'm supposed to buy you what you need. You want that, you go work. And sure enough, at 14 years old, they started working. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're little, they worked at Hershey Park. I mean, like cheap, but they learned responsibility of being an adult. They learned that. I taught them since the age of 5 and 6 years old how to separate laundry, how to wash clothes, how to cook. Because as a parent, you are supposed to give them the knowledge of being an independent person, whether you're female or male, where you don't have to rely on nobody. You're going to go out there and be somebody.
yeah, man. That
What's up, Roxy?
Hey, big guy. I know I'm over here talking.
no, you good. Let me catch back in some of the
Oh,
comments.
sure, because I'll keep talking.
I'm sorry, love. I can only imagine how tough it is. Peter says, I low key resent my mother for being a better grandmother than a mother.
See, I told
Man,
you it does. It does. I'm telling you. Who said that? Wait, I didn't see that. Can I see
that
that?
was up in the comments. Keita has said that, man.
Wait. Let me see what she wrote. Can you repeat it?
That's
'Cause
real, man. That's
wait, what did she say?
she says, I low key resent my mother for being a better grandmother than a mother.
See?
Damn,
But
I wasn't
little
ready
do
for
they
that one.
know it's not a because I did see somewhere in the comments where someone had said like that's your second chance. It's not a second chance. It's just that you have children. I had my first child at a young age. I was 18. I should have stayed in school. I should have it is what it is. So it's not that we are a second chance. You ever realize like your first child goes through the worst because you're not prepared to be a parent. You are learning through that child to be a parent. And then the second child, okay, gets a little better, right? You like that second child is like, woo, that second child does everything right. Then you get your last baby, because that's your last kid, and they're spoiled little brats like this one. I have a 14-year-old, I can't stand her. I
Rexy,
can't, can I
Rexy,
curse? I
Rexy,
fucking hate these
Rexy,
kids.
Rexy,
What?
Rexy. No flashbacks. Cut it out.
Nah, but I'm just saying. So,
Man.
and then I have my little
Oh,
sweet little grandson, and it's not that I don't love my kids, but I get to experience the grandmother love. I don't know who's a grandparent in this room. God
right here.
bless you all. Oh,
Man, let me tell you
can you
here.
tell me, no
I got
lie?
that McDonald's money.
Hmm. Can I ask you a question? Can I ask you
Yeah,
a question? Right, you have a grandchild, right?
yeah.
Doesn't that love, like, is no explanation in the entire universe?
None.
that you feel for that child.
None.
Like your kids can't even match to that.
No, no. It's
Right.
it's
I'm not
so real.
crazy.
Like it's a kind of
I don't know what
it's
it
so
is.
unexplainable. I mean,
Yes. Like you can really say F your kids and you're like my grandchild. It's like my life, my love, my universe. It's like unbelievable the love. Like it's so amazing. And you would think that you would want that with your own kids. But when you get that grandchild,
I swear everything becomes different, man.
yes. And they, oh, wait, does your kids do this? Wait. Does your kid say, well, Ma, you didn't let me get ice cream at this time? You're like, yeah, but this is my grandchild. Am I lying?
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Yeah. Oh, you doing this? Oh, they got this? What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Wait, but you didn't allow us? Yeah, whatever. Like,
I appreciate the heart.
it's so true.
Yeah, it's a different type of feeling, man. It's yeah, yeah, yeah,
My baby.
yeah.
Corner for a second.
Hey, go Keita, what's you got?
So I feel like it more so comes from a place of being a single mother. When you are a single mother, of course, you have to take on the maternal and the, paternal masculine energy, right? And of course, because you are providing for your children, you take on more of the paternal masculine energy. So you are not a mother to me. You are more of a father to me. So as a child, I'm not getting that motherly role from you, that motherly softness from you, if you will. So to see you portray that to my child, because you don't have to be a mother or a father to my child, your grandchild, right? All you have to do is be this kind, loving mother. It allows you to be in this softer place. So yeah, it's going to be some like low-key resentment because I wasn't able to get that from you. And I feel that, and I don't know, but I feel that from a household that came from, a complete household with a mother and a father, and me being able to receive that motherly love, if you will, like I wouldn't have that resentment because I got that from you. I was able to receive that softness from you, so I can better be able to receive the softness that you receive or give to my child, if you will, your grandchild. So it's because you are more masculine with me, but now you're more feminine with her, that causes me to have this low-key resentment towards you. Because I'm low-key jealous of it, because I was wanting that my whole life. I was wanting that softness from you, but you were unable to give it to me because you were struggling as a single mother.
That part. But
That's
wouldn't you rather, okay, yeah, you had to go through the hardship of, your mom not being there for you, but I'm pretty sure she showed you a different, like, like survival instincts, right? But I would still want my mother if I was in that situation, because my mother was the same way. I'm glad that my mother is a better grandmother to me, because that made me stronger as a parent to provide for mine. Where okay, so my daughter said to me, she's 21 years old, she has no kids, she's in college and she works, right? She told me about 2 months ago, right, because we were talking about me being a better grandmother than I was a mother, and she said, Ma, I said, what? She said, when you raise your kids right, you get to be a grandparent. When you do not raise your kids right, you got to be another parent. I was like,
yeah, yeah.
huh? Mm-hmm. And I felt that. I felt that hard. I was like, ooh.
Like regardless of, like, I'm appreciative of the fact that my mother is a great grandmother to my daughter, but it doesn't change the fact that I wanted that treatment too. I wanted that softness too. That is never going to change that, because I will appreciate it, but I will always feel like, damn, you had it in you, but the circumstances prevented you from giving that to me.
Hmm. So my daughter just was walked in. She's the one with my grandson, and she says she. What'd you say?
I felt that.
She says she felt that too. The way you feel. That
Mm.
like you told me
Yeah,
I was a
you're a great grandparent.
I'm a great grandmother. I'm a
I
great
wish
grandmother, but not
I
a I
wish you
wasn't
would
a good mother.
nurture.
Right. It's not going to fix the longing that, I wanted to be shown to me. It's not going to fix that. I appreciate it, but it's not going to fix it.
Wow, my daughter just slept in tears. That's crazy.
Correctly. It's all right. You, you did what you could do. You know what I'm saying? The best that you could
Absolutely.
do. So, you know,
Given the circumstance,
just
it's because she had to be in her masculine energy, working 3 jobs or whatever. And that's
Yeah.
the unfortunate part of it. You know what I mean? Like, so many of us having to be single mothers out here, having to be in this masculine energy all the time. Well, that's not our place. We are meant to be loving and soft and nurturing. But we are put in a predicament where we have to step up and be this masculine, which ultimately affects our children. And yes, we have a second opportunity when we have grandchildren. You know what I'm saying? But it does not change how our actual children feel unless we go
Yeah.
back and, you know what I mean? I guess nurture that part of our children, those wounds, if you will. But most parents are not willing to do that. They just take on, the soft role of the grandparent role and they run with it.
Well, I hear what and I appreciate you bringing that to the light. And I'm gonna jump on this for a second, then I'm gonna go back to actually to the topic. But me being a
Sorry.
single dad, I felt everything that y'all just said when I was a single dad raising my daughter. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt every single piece of that being a single father, trying to figure it out, and without having the nurturing gene. You know what I'm saying? But,
Right, because
but
you're
women
masculine.
are
Absolutely.
nurturers, right? I was not a nurturer at all. I'm like, yo, we got to do this. It's this, boom, boom, boom. It was different. You know what I'm saying? And then hearing that, you know what I'm saying, and then thinking about my own particular plight, it was,
You
yeah.
don't realize you're doing it.
You don't realize that you're doing it when you're doing it.
So I have a question for the two of you. If your mothers gave you that softness now, do you think it would make a difference? Or is it too late?
I think that it would. Yeah, it wouldn't cause me to have such resentment, if you will, because you're not being soft to me, because being hard to me was all you've been all my life, and then soft to my child, that causes a resentment. So if you are now willing to work on the relationship with me to be soft, I can better accept the fact that you are soft with my child.
Mm.
Man.
So my response is that my mother also raised her two sons and me by herself as well. So, and she worked, and we had to also raise ourselves. So, I do not. If my mother probably was to come to me and be like, well, she does. She'd be like, "Oh, let me get a hug. Let's watch a movie." I'd be like, no. Like, she raised me to who I was, who I am today. So I don't regret that, because if it wasn't my mother being so strong minded, I wouldn't be able to be a single parent today raising four kids by myself. So I am thankful for the hard love that she did give me.
Mhm.
I do not regret my mother for not being there, because I've always was spoiled. Everything I got, I got. Everything I needed and wanted, I got.
Okay,
So,
but to your point, you said that you then cycled that mentality to your own children, and your
yeah.
own daughter just told you that she
Hmm.
felt the same way that I felt. You know what I'm saying? Seeing how you are with your grandchild versus how you were with her. So ultimately, it's not the best case scenario, if you will. So I feel like, again, if we then nurture the relationship with our own children, right, to create that softness, I feel like if your mom was more consistent in her softness after she was able to relax, after you was good and grown, out the house, had your own or whatever, and then nurtured the softer side of it, you could trust her to be soft and be soft yourself. You know what I mean? But you didn't trust her to be soft because all you knew from her was masculine energy. which is why you portrayed masculine energy in your own circumstance and then portrayed that to your children, which is why your daughter feels the way that she feels. We still need that. We still need both
Um,
sides of it. We need masculine and feminine energy.
I do agree with that, but some people just don't have it in them. So that's why some people don't want kids in their life. Like they
That
just
is
don't
true.
have it. So
That is
I
true.
am personally great that I'm able to say I don't need a man. I could do this on my own. I am my mother's child. I have
But
no
what did your
regret.
child say?
But now, when it came to my children, now they take after their father. They want to be little crybabies, just like figure of speech. Like, but at the end of the day, as well, if I was to go today and God takes me, they will be able to survive.
See, but your daughter said to you that she wished that she had more softness in her life. Don't
Right,
call
but
them
she, but,
crybabies,
but
because if you did not raise them in a masculine energy, you would feel more compassion, not calling them crybabies. You would feel more compassion towards them, right?
but
Because you were able to thrive in your feminine energy. Yes, they could take
so
care of themselves, and yes, kudos to you for teaching them that, but they also needed the feminine energy.
So I
Clearly.
also right, but I probably, even if my mother probably would have gave me all that, I am also the person who I am. I lack empathy just in general. This is why I deal with the jobs I deal with, because death comes. Like, I don't cry for that. I don't, like, I am like I'm just whatever. So
Yeah.
whether I think my mother, so this is why it comes to like your feelings, you needed that and wanted that. I never did. I Until this day, like, I am cool, calm, and collected. The kid could be choking. I'm gonna save your life, and we're gonna call it a day. I don't have that empathy in me to cry for death. My brother died. I mean, I cried a little bit, and that was it. Like, I accept it. So this is why I do the job I do. So everybody's family and personal who they are can take effect in your situation. Granted, me and what you had said, that you need that, you wanted that. Me, I was okay with that. What
You.
I
I'm talking about
did
your
I actually
child
have a I
too, who
actually have a
also
but now
agreed
my
with me.
child
But
feels
she
it.
needed the duality. She needed the duality.
Right.
So even if you were not, emotionally inept to, cater to her emotions, she still needed somebody like a man, even, or a woman, whatever you prefer, right? To
Yeah.
show that masculine energy, or excuse me, that feminine energy, that
Mhm.
softness towards her too. So you are more masculine, and that's cool. You can be that, but the
Mhm.
duality, however it shows up, we need duality. Whether it's the woman being more masculine and man being more feminine, regardless, we need duality, all of us.
I'm gonna say this. Let's take a beat for a second, right? Because
Mhm.
I know this. I can hear it, the passion in everybody's voice on it, and I want to take a pause now, and I don't want to go continuously go down that hole with it.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not suppressing anyone's voice or anything like that. Y'all know that's not
Absolutely.
my role. I think that's another topic. You know what
Which
I'm
is
saying?
really
No,
good,
it's
by
nothing
the
to be
way.
sorry about. No. I look. It's again, this platform allows things to come out, but I do kind of want to move on to the next the next part of what I got. But man, what you guys just unpacked was a lot. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate the vulnerability and how you both feel. Um, it's this is a deep one, and I will circle back to it, and I would love for both of you guys to come back on this because this what everything that you guys are saying now definitely impacts um how you will move and operate in particular relationships. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely want to circle back to this one if that's okay with you guys. Can I push to the next part? Are you guys okay with that? All right. Um, back to gender roles. Um, Should roles be fixed or flexible depending on the seasons of the relationship?
Definitely flexible.
I definitely would agree. Um, when we thinking about those particular roles of submissiveness and everything, I definitely think it should be flexible because sometimes you got to be flexible to kind of understand where a person is at and be able to meet a person where they're at. Anybody got else anything they want to add to that before I next to the next part? The next part is going to be good. So here is number 7: power and balance. Um, who decides when submissiveness is required in a relationship?
Yeah, say that again, Marlon.
Who decides when submissiveness is required in a relationship? That basically saying like how my wife said earlier, where a lot of men will come into a relationship and say, "Well, I did this. You need to be submissive." You know, can you say as oneself?
I would I would
I agree
definitely
with
agree with
oneself because
that.
I was about to say, yeah, I was about to say it varies. You know what I mean? Because it can be an internal dialogue, if you will, to say, okay, I see how this man is leading, I guess, his own life, and I see how he's being consistent. Let me allow myself to just kind of relax a little bit, right?
Mm.
To kind of test the waters until I submit completely, I guess. So I don't know. You know, again, I ain't married. So I don't know if it per se is a conversation that is had, or just a vibe of energy, a feel of energy, like from women. Like, okay, I see that you can do X, Y, and Z. So let me just kind of relax and see how you continue to lead us. Right. And I'll continue, it allow me to continue to trust you.
Okay. Let's see. We had a couple of comments, and I know. Big guy got something. Brookman Babe says usually man. Frida V says submission that is demanded is usually seen as control. Submission that is earned is trust. Absolutely, absolutely. What you got, big guy?
I think that submission is not something that says this is what I demand. I think, and let me know if I'm speaking for you too, brother Marlon, that you
Mhm.
know submission is normally just given, and it's given by the person who is wanting to follow, typically being the woman. But a man is not going to say, or I don't think a man should just say, "Well, you're going to do this, this, and this," and that's it, final. Like it's more like a fall in play type of thing. Like I'm looking
Yeah.
for you to support me, and with that support, I see your submission, and I will in turn, submit to you and do the things that you need me to do. So it's definitely a give and take and a understanding on that. So that's kind of my feel for it.
No, I'm with you on that. It definitely is a give and take. You know what I'm saying? It's not a one size fits all. Basically, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
that part. Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? It's a give and take on it. You know, you got to give a little bit, but also there's a part of allowing yourself to allow submission to happen. But you also, for us as men, and we're talking about relationships, you also have to create a space
Yeah.
for that to happen.
Exactly.
You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? You got to
Exactly.
create space for that to happen. You can't just walk into it and say, "Hey, this is," my word. That word I don't care for. You can't just expect a woman to submit if you haven't created a space.
Right.
You got to create that space so that she trusts what is going on, how it's going to transpire, and she got to be comfortable.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That plays a part. So, yeah, what you about to
Come on, Miss B, throw it out there.
say? What comments we missed while she's thinking about this? Because
Kenya says, "Be submissive if it is. Be submissive if it is demanded. I didn't catch. Oh, up above. Someone mentioned earlier that being submissive is a choice. I highly doubt someone will choose to be submissive if it is demanded.
Okay.
Yeah, you had caught all of the ones up above. If
Yep. If
submission
submission is
is
required,
required.
it's not real submission. It's compliance, boy.
Ooh, that's deep, girl. God
Oh
damn.
yeah, that's
God
it.
damn. You should have
Compliance.
kept that one and just came up on the panel and said it.
I know you should have came up and said that one. Good Lord.
Yeah,
That is
that's so true.
So
That's so true.
when you were talking about safe, creating a safe space, um, it made me think about when people, for me, I'll just be personal. Um, I felt the safe space based on how you responded to my no's. When I said no to you, you respected that, and it was not the end of the world. It's not the end of the world. You didn't go have a temper tantrum. It wasn't, oh, you're not listening to me. Even when you knew my no was darn right wrong, absolutely wrong, you let me sit in my no until I came around to the understanding for myself. So that created a space, safe space. Now there are a lot of people when they hear no, they act like they never got a yes. Like you say no all the time. Anytime, any previous time you said yes never existed, and this one no is the end of the world. I would say beware of those people. That's it. That's all.
all right. Yeah. Yeah. Number 8. Anybody that's just joining us, welcome to the 100 podcast. Make sure you guys are liking, sharing, grabbing that daily heart me at the top. Topic for tonight is submissiveness and assertiveness in a relationship. Understanding that both of those are expressions of strength. When it's rooted in mutual respect, trust, and purpose. A lot of times the problem is with either trait is misusing them. How do you assert yourself without emasculating or disrespecting your partner? How do you assert yourself without emasculating or disrespecting your partner?
I feel like it's the tone that you use and how you phrase your words. You're
Mm-hmm.
not coming across as aggressive or, you know what I mean, accusatory. It's more readily received.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, so do you guys think both partners can lead in different areas?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. So what is something like that look like in real life?
That looks like the man taking care of the finances, leading the finances, the household, the bills, and a woman taking care of the rearing of the children, the cleanliness, the cooking. You know, that's an
So
example.
traditional. The
Traditional. Yeah.
traditional way. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, there are multiple different scenarios, right? But that's, yeah, that is traditional, right?
Okay. So let's think about real life, because and that's why I wanted to go about mentioning real life. So we're talking about submission, assertiveness, and everything. Oh, wait a second. We had a disagree down here. So Rexy says she doesn't agree. What don't you agree on that, Rexy? You can unmute if you want to tell her.
So maybe I'm not understanding the question correctly. However, I feel like in a relationship, everybody submisses to something. However, when it comes to certain things, I don't feel like relationships should be like 50-50. I don't feel like it should be 30-40. I feel like it should be whatever each person can provide to equal 100. So I feel like sometimes men have to be submissive because maybe the female is more like the breadwinner, for an example, or like my job is like patient dies, then okay, like okay, I may not have income this month, but now my spouse has to come up 100, you know? So I feel like when it comes to relationships, that no matter how you put it, somebody got to submit somehow to make 100.
Follow what you said. Oh, go ahead, mom. I'm sorry.
No. I was just agreeing. Go ahead, big guy.
Yeah, I disagree with that too because I'm like, it's at the end of the day when, we are following the laws of our word, you know, our wife is to submit to us. And, I'm not gonna take away from the fact that, you know, let's say you do make more than me. I'm still the king of my house. And the way it works is the way it's going to work. And I'm going to treat you like you should be treated. But just because you bring, and we're talking about, making more money here, just because you bring more money in than me doesn't give you the right that God gave me to lead you. That's not how that's going to work. At least not with me. Now, I may have the wrong interpretation by that, but I believe in being fair and I believe in not being demanding or saying, any type of demeaning things to make you feel a certain way. But I am going to be the head of my house and I am going to lead my person. So that's how I say that. And I may not have said that in a way that everybody is understanding it, but I'm sure Brother Marlon is going to pick that up and tag something on it. So I appreciate you.
Mm.
What you're saying? You know what I'm saying? I understand what you're saying. It's in and please correct me if I'm wrong. It's basically saying without with the other person, and it goes back to the part about emasculating the other person. If I'm not being emasculated, I am still wanting to be known as the head of the house, and I'm still wanting you to have a level of submissiveness to me to respect the fact that I am the man of the house. Now, I hear what you're saying, and I get it, right? But it also goes back to the other part is, and I'm only speaking from a male standpoint. If I'm doing everything that will deem for me to be the head of the house, then yes, absolutely, I will want you to submit to those particular things because I'm doing all of those things. Like if I am giving you a safe space, if I am if I'm giving you emotional safety, if I'm giving you physical safety, if I'm giving you mental safety, and I'm providing all of those things even before the financial part, then yes, I would want you to say, oh, "Hey, I'm giving you these things, and if you're telling me these things are important for you, and you're telling me that you're recognizing that I'm doing that, then to me there shouldn't be a question of whether I'm going to be the head of the household or not. In my opinion,
I,
was that where you going, big guy? Yes. No.
Yes.
I
What's wrong with this? Can y'all hear me?
I got a comment.
Okay, go for it, Keith.
Personally, as the head of my current household, right? Um, I feel like, again, if I am making more than my partner and I am also rearing my children, taking care of the household and things of that nature, subconsciously, the you being the head of my household is a little bit wavering, if you will. Now, if we're hitting
Mm-hmm.
just a roadblock, right, in our relationship, and right now I am financially responsible for our household, like I get it, but I'm not talking about like this is what it's going to be forever. Like, you got to contribute in some form or fashion to make me feel as if it is equal in our partnership. I am doing the household, responsible for the household, and you are making the money, not me making the money, me also being responsible for the household, and then you still taking the leadership role. I hear you. That's cute and all, but in
Mm-hmm.
reality, that ain't my emotions right now speaking, because I'm doing everything right now. Right now, you a leech, if you will.
So,
Yeah,
but
You
no,
know what
Keith,
I'm
so
that's
my
saying? If it
question
ain't
would be at this
temporary,
point, why is he there?
absolutely. Why are you
yeah.
here?
No, that's
Right? If
not
it ain't
that's
temporary, why are you
that's
here?
that's not
I
what's
don't need
being
another
said.
subordinate, you know?
No, that's not what's being said, and I agree 100% in what you're saying. What I mean is that things are laid out. Everybody is doing their part. Everybody is contributing to other parts. As I said, as I help you, you help me, and vice versa. We're working together, but I am the head of my house, so is that's not what I'm saying. Like, oh, I'm the head of the house, and yeah, hey, the kids need to eat. You need to get up in the morning and go to work, and I'm sitting back, just chilling. You're not gonna have to come home and worry about if it's me, anything, in the house. Or if not, then it might have been that day. Or vice versa. If I go to work, I shouldn't have to come home and worry about anything in the house.
Absolutely.
So I mean, I,
Absolutely. And that's
I
how it should
definitely
be.
agree
Give
with
and
that.
take.
Right. Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. That's the
Absolutely.
standpoint I was
But
coming
again,
from.
I feel like sometimes in society nowadays, we are so fixated. Most men are so fixated on being, I got to be the lead, I got to be the head. And they just want to be that regardless of the actual circumstances. Like, you want to be the lead and the head, but I'm making more than you and I got what I got going on. Like, absolutely not, sir. Grow. No, no,
Well,
go
see,
away somewhere.
you
Go,
let
go
now
on.
you just led with, and I'm making more than you, but it doesn't matter because irregardless, if you make more than me, and I make what I make, let's say you make 100, I make 50, I'm still the head of my house. Period. I don't care how much you
Nope.
make.
Nope.
See, that's what I'm
You're not
saying
the head of
because
you're not the head of your house if I'm making more than you and doing everything more than you
no,
too. So I'm
Kita,
providing,
Kita, Kita,
I'm giving you the
I'm not saying
example
that.
that I'm
No,
speaking from.
right, your example. I'm making just a general broadcast of saying
Mm-hmm.
it does not matter how much you make, love. It doesn't matter. Just know that we are in this together. You are going to feel that together. We're going to move together. But just because you make more is not going to make you the head of this house. We're moving together financially, physically, mentally, in every aspect. We're sharing these responsibilities. And until somebody can make you feel comfortable with that, then I think you'll feel a little bit better about saying such
I
if
mean,
we're
but
not
that
getting
again is
that.
my point, right? Like, if I'm again making more and I'm doing all of the household things, what I said, then you are not the head of the household. If it is a give and take, as you mentioned, right? If I'm making more, but yet I'm coming home and you have everything taken care of, the kids are good, the house is good, there's food or whatever, then it's give and take. But I can't be making more and doing everything and you still being the head of household or claiming to be the head of household. It does not work like that.
That's
Because
understood.
I low key lose respect for men if I am doing everything and you are barely contributing.
That's understood. That's
Now
understood.
it is weaponized incompetence.
That's understood. We're saying the same thing. We're saying the
Yes, we
same exact
are.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
understood.
that's what I was gonna say. Y'all are saying the same thing. It's it for what Keita's saying, and correct me if I'm wrong, Keita. You're equating a lot of the things behind finances. You're equating behind what he is actually doing as opposed to what you do. So you're trying to figure out what is his role if you're doing all of these things, which also takes me back to my previous question of if you recognize all of these things, why is he even in the house? Because it does. In other words, that won't even make you comfortable. You know what I mean? Because he's in the house and he's just a placeholder at this point.
Yes, that's right.
Okay, what you
You
got,
have
love?
to contribute to something, or you are my dependent.
Exactly. Especially if you've already had previous conversations about what you need um, in order for it to feel balanced for you. And if that request is being ignored or disregarded, um, then you didn't become in survival mode because you are doing everything yourself.
Yep.
That's
That's
right.
right. That's
Yeah,
right.
That's right. And like I said,
absolutely.
it can be a give and take. It could be a season of where, you are suffering financially, and that's okay. But don't stay there, okay? Because we need you to be the head of household. I need you to contribute something to show me
Got it.
that you are still in the lead, that you
Mhm.
still have a vision for us. You know what I mean? Be the provider, be the leader. You
And,
can't let me do everything and then you be the leader. What? So
and
you
that's
come in a
where
group project for me doing
consideration
all the
comes
work
into
and you
play.
get the credit. No.
Yeah,
Nobody's
yeah.
saying that up here.
That's where consideration comes into play, right?
Right.
Being considerate
Yep.
of the other part. That's what my wife was just saying. She said that's where consideration comes into play. So,
Yep.
okay, I'm glad we circled back around to that because I was like, okay, where do we circle back? Yeah, that's where consideration plays a part. Let's see. Got a few comments down here. I missed a lot. Let's see. Brenda said at the end of it about the man leading, you respecting him. Okay. Okay. Um, the man is the head of household. If you're acting like Boo Boo the Fool, no, you're not happening. The guy said never taking anything from the position that you're helping you. Yeah. The moon is equal. Some people don't know what that means. Goes back to I want a man and not need a man. Man, let me tell y'all something. Because we're getting closer to the end of it. That's actually going to be tomorrow's topic. So just to let y'all know. Growing up, my father gave me the money. I took care of home. The man is the head of the partner. Not true. He's still the head. Facts. Nope. Still the head. It's a God of the order. And I think in a couple, no matter what we equal, 100 as a whole, we equal 100 as a whole, not 50-50. Yes, Brenda, you're tired. All your wording was off, but I appreciate your wording. um, I
It just
definitely,
means that as a whole, member, I said before, like it doesn't matter who can come together. Like if you have 70, I have 30, we still have to make a whole. So it's not
Mhm.
50-50 because nothing in a relationship is ever 50-50.
No, I
So
definitely agree. I
so
mean,
if you
which
have
is
70 this month and I only have 30, okay, we still make 100. You have 20, 80, 60, 40, it doesn't matter. We still,
yeah,
as a couple, have
yeah,
to eat 100. That's what that comment was.
yeah. Which is here's the reason the name of the podcast is 100 100. Um, I'm wholehearted on both partners have to come into the relationship at 100, but still understanding that some days I might not have 100. You know what I'm saying? I might be at 30, and guess what? I'm gonna need you to kind of pick up that pace a little bit because I'm not gonna be at 100, but I'm gonna give you 100 every time with effort. You know what I mean? Um,
That's where you need flexibility in a
yes.
relationship because you're always growing, things are always changing, and you have to be flexible enough to assess what's going on so that the team members can contribute in the best way they can contribute so that the family can be successful.
That part right
Absolutely.
there.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, love. Um, so here's another real life application, right? What does healthy submission look like during conflict? I'll never make it easy. I'm sorry. No, I'm not.
That's a good one. Nothing's ever easy
I
in
was
a
about to
conflict.
say saying you got it, but sometimes saying you got it sounds defensive, right? Comes across as defensive. So again, it's about your tone and what you say. So
Hmm.
it's like, okay, I see your perspective, I understand it, and we'll take it from there. I
I
Yeah,
can see where
agree.
absolutely. Or like you said, time out, regroup, and come back, like Brooklyn Babe say. Um, so here's another one. So I know we harped on submission the whole time, right? Um, when should assertiveness override submission?
Can you repeat that?
When does assertiveness override submission?
Hmm.
Depend on the situation, though. Like,
So when should assertiveness override submission?
Can I before we hey y'all.
hey girl, hey.
Hey,
Hey
Al.
girl, hey. Hey guys, hey.
All right, what you
Yeah.
got?
So listen here. I was gonna stay in the basement.
Mm-hmm.
And then you asked the question about submission. And
Mm-hmm.
I said, fuck that. Let me hit my way up here because I got something to say about that.
Around and shaking his
I
head. Oh my god.
I think healthy submission is like something like I used to do in relationships. When I am in a relationship and we have a disagreement, I assess my partner. I say, oh, wait, let me blow her one too. Mwah.
Hell, if you don't answer this goddamn question and stop,
Hey, girl, hey. So no, I assess my partner, when we're dating and, you get to the point where you're going into relationships and you learn how your partner handles conflict. And therefore
Mm-hmm.
you then adjust accordingly in regards to conflict resolution. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's both parties, not just me as a woman. I think both parties should be doing the same thing. But for me, what I have noticed is that I'm a Virgo. I'm a person. I want to talk about it. I want to address it. Let's get it out the way. But that's not necessarily healthy for my partner. Sometimes my partner needs time to process what's taking place. What do I want to say? How, like, I need to be able to speak in a way that I'm not gonna say some shit that I can't take back. Your partner may need some space. And so with that being said, what I find myself, I have learned to do throughout the years that I consider to be healthily submissive is to ask my partner, hey, this is something I feel like we need to address right now. Is this something you could talk about right now? No. How long do you need? We can revisit this. We can revisit it. But I'm asking you to meet me halfway by giving me a time frame and say, you know what, give me a couple of days or give me a day. Give me a few hours. We'll talk about it when I get home. When I say, how long do you need? I need you to be honest and actually say, I need this amount of time. And I will honor that because I want to have a productive and healthy conversation with my mate. And I think that that is a healthy way of being submissive because I'm not putting my needs, I want to talk about this shit right motherfucking now. But I'm considering my partner and saying, how long do you need? Because what I care about is the long-term gratification, not short-term. So how long do you need? And I will self-regulate, accommodate, and be healthily submissive to the person that I've already deemed to be worthy of my submission.
Appreciate that.
You so
Appreciate that.
welcome. See, I don't always be on bullshit.
Hey, I ain't say that.
Surprise, 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 surprise.
Hell.
Thank you, big guy. Thank you, big guy. How do you rebuild the balance when one partner feels silence?
Don't move on.
Oh, I did.
I want feedback. You're the host.
Your feedback was already there. You just dropped the whole like drool. I mean, like a whole.
Oh, okay. Mic drop. Okay,
Yeah,
mic drop.
mic drop. Hold up. I'm sorry. Hold up. Let me. Here we go.
Yes, I want my applause, please.
You're so damn petty. Ooh.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy.
Dude, I gotta go through. That's my damn sister, boy. I gotta go through that with her. Like, what I really be want to do is. No, I'm just.
But you couldn't.
But I couldn't. But no, seriously though.
Welcome in, Deidre. Welcome in.
Hey, Deidre, welcome in. How do you rebuild balance when one partner feels silence?
Communication.
Yeah.
Feel like learning to shut the fuck up. I feel like listening to your partner and learning that this is tying in, it's piggybacking off of what I just said. Learning to shut the fuck up.
And not just shutting the fuck up. It's a matter of, receiving what your partner is saying and then acknowledging what they're saying, showing them that their feelings, emotions are validated, right? Yeah. And, constructive criticism. Okay, how do we move forward from this?
Yeah. And once you take account, right? Keita, you don't get the mute, girl. Once you take account, because I agree with you, right? And once you take account of what you just said, collectively, Keita, would you not? We do what? We shut the fuck up
and do.
It says creating space for them to open up. They need to feel like they matter. Absolutely. Rexy said, shutting up is a form of submission.
It is. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Almost said something messing with L. I was like, oh God.
So when you
I'm
go,
sorry,
no, big
L.
guy, I
I
wish you
love you,
would
girl.
come
I
and say,
love
so
you. I
when you
love you. I
gonna
love
learn
you.
to
I'm
shut the fuck
sorry.
up? When you gonna learn to get out that motherfucking bed and stop rubbing on your neck and your collarbone and them big ass legs?
So self-reflection. So this is where the audience is going to engage in self-reflection. Are you submissive because you trust or because you fear conflict?
Trust.
We know L don't fear no conflict.
Mm-mm.
At all.
I'm not gonna commit to either. Has nothing to do about trust or what was the other thing? It was
Andy,
trust and what?
welcome in. Andy says, trust me. Okay, for sure.
What was the two? Trust and what? What did somebody else say?
Are you submissive because you trust or because you fear conflict?
Neither.
Well, but some people,
Trust.
there are some people who fear conflict. So they submit because they fear that conflict of things. Believe it or not.
There's a lot of people like that.
Yeah.
My mother is like that.
Yeah.
My mother's
Yeah.
like that. Real talk on like some real ass shit, Marlon. Can I share an example?
Oh,
Go for
oh,
it.
wait. Oh,
What? What you got, big guy?
nothing. Just disregard that, L. I was joking around, but you got serious for a second. So
I
I
wasn't serious. I
no no
look, I
no.
wasn't serious. I meant my unseriousness when I said
Uh,
you can be submissive and kiss my ass. I said that with all of the laughter in my body.
Lord have mercy. I wasn't talking about that, child. Please, just go ahead with your answer. I'm sorry. My bad, Marlon. Lord help me.
But no, not like all bullshit aside, like real talk. I do have something serious to share, and so my mother is avoidant of contact, and she's avoidant out of fear, which is deeply rooted into many decades at this point of abuse, right? Not just from herself, but witnessing as a young child abuse. And so she is not okay with conflict. But I saw it from the first time for myself a couple of years ago when my uncle was on literally his unaliving bed. And my mother being the eldest child and my uncle being the baby. She literally held him in her arms on the ride home from the hospital. On his unaliving bed, she said, no, he won't be in a nursing home. He won't, he doesn't need this. He don't need that. He's coming here with me. And she nursed him and ushered him into wherever the hell he is. And I say that with my whole fucking chest. But in the process, while he was there, he was abusing my mother verbally, mentally, emotionally, and verbally. She would fix him meals. What is this? And I don't eat this. You don't know I eat that. And instead of standing up for herself and say, you can get out my motherfucking house. Instead of saying, oh, you can go back home and you can hire, the nursing staff to come in and care for you. You can go get caregivers. I ain't got to do this shit for you. Right? Instead of actually standing up for herself, she would lower her head and take the browbeating and take the abuse. So much so that when I got a wind of it, I said, oh, y'all got me fucked up. I don't even fuck with this bitch like this. But at the end of the day, this is my mother. I can talk, we can beef, but you can't beef with her. You got me fucked up. And I went over there to her home and confronted that man in a very kind and empathetic way and said, I recognize that you know it's time. I recognize you're afraid. I recognize that you're reflecting on your life. I recognize that you are going through a lot of emotions because you don't know where you're going. I pray that you choose him. But at the end of the day, what you're not going to do is disrespect my mother in her own home while she's putting herself out for you. While I was doing this in this respectful, loving way, my mother then actually backed out slowly like she was Peter Griffin backing into the bushes. And she backed out. Yeah, it hit you, didn't it, Marlon? It hit you.
It did. It did. It's all I'm sitting here going is,
Exactly. And, and she backed out, and she backed all the way into the kitchen, into a corner, and secluded herself because she is not okay with conflict at all. I mean, that's not even just being uncomfortable with conflict. That's actually being afraid, terrified, and just wanting to literally disappear when conflict arises. And it does happen. And it's very unfortunate. And oftentimes, when people experience that type of reaction to conflict, it is due to deeply rooted trauma. And when you are dating someone and you recognize that they're responding to conflict in that way, you should not be, in my opinion, I don't think that anyone should be saying, oh, this person can't address conflict. They can't, they don't know this and that. Instead, I think they should be asking questions. Why do you avoid conflict? What happened? What's going on here? Why are you not okay to talk about things that are uncomfortable? Like, that's the time to probe. That's the time to dig. That's the time to learn your partner in an intimate way. Because intimacy ain't always got to do with smecks. That is how you learn your partner in an intimate way.
Appreciate it. As always, dropping jewels.
I know. Why the fuck am I single, bro? I don't get it.
I don't know, man. That's for another conversation. I don't know, but for real talk, I don't know. But what I do know is my next question: are you assertive because you're confident, or because you don't feel heard?
Both.
Hmm. Yeah, that's not what it is. Um, so here's another spin. Probably gonna be like my last question.
Damn, I missed you.
Yeah, man, we've been on here. Um, I know you're a working girl now, so I got
You
you.
know, oh man, I wish the lyrics that came to my head about that. Never mind. Whatever. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I had a Nick at night. I had a Nick at night moment with the lady from
Mhm.
whatever. You know what I'm talking about. I already know you know what I'm talking about.
I do. But I'm
Okay.
gonna ask this last question
Mhm,
though.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
What would you change in your relationship if both partners felt safe to do both? Both meaning submissiveness and assertiveness.
Why would I want to change that?
No,
You're welcome, free to be.
I mean, but that's the thing. In other words, think of it as an identity, right? You have some people in a relationship, um, they wouldn't be submissive and they wouldn't be assertive because they never felt safe. But if you got two people that actually feel safe to do both, what would you change in your relationship?
I wouldn't change anything. I would only change something if I found if it well, put it like this. I would only change something if there were two parties that knew how to be submissive, but also maybe one party didn't understand the difference between confidence and arrogance.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you were arrogant, yeah, we got to make some changes. But if you are confident, I will never date a man that ain't confident.
Okay. So there is something that you would change in a relationship.
No, I would never date a man that's not confident. But
Okay.
if I dated a man that was arrogant and then turn around to be submissive at times, which would be an indicator of like ding ding ding, red flag, pay attention, this man might be manipulative, maybe narcissistic, blah 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 blah, he may be breadcrumbing, gaslighting, love bombing, all that kind of stuff. Those will be red flags. But
Mm-hmm.
because he's arrogant, there's a difference between arrogance and confidence.
Hmm. I
If you're
agree. I
arrogant,
definitely
yeah,
agree.
there are changes to be made. But if you're just confident, no, I want you to be confident. Just like you should want
Right.
me to be confident. And I want you to be submissive to me at times. Just like I would be submissive to you at times. And I will give an example for all the men listening in the fucking lobby or whoever's in the basement. If I say, baby, can you rub my feet? And you don't feel like rubbing my feet, but you do it anyway because you know I really need it, that is a form of a man being submissive to a woman and say, this is what I need, and this is what she needs, and I'm going to do it despite the fact that I don't fucking want to.
I mean, I'm jokingly saying, but I agree. You know, and sometimes submission is doing some things that you don't necessarily want to do at that particular moment, but you do it because you're considerate of the other person.
Mm-hmm.
That's all consideration. So, absolutely, I definitely agree with that.
I would love to see wifey face. She probably sitting back like, this girl,
Oh, she
you
didn't
know
went to
what?
bed. You missed her. She was here for the whole time, but you done missed her. So,
Oh, shit.
I know. Do better.
I will. I do. I will do better. Okay. I was over here trying to be productive and shit. And I just now started a new job. I'm taking donations. I'm poor. If you guys want to send me a Cash App or PayPal, I'm accepting all donations. Shit. I've been outside being productive.
No,
Hey
your
man,
ass
I feel
just
you.
been outside.
Yeah, right. Keep me outside. Um.
Since we here, don't worry about what the hell I'm doing in my damn bed either.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you send me $50, uh, I'll tell you some other stuff they got.
All right. So,
for
in
for
other words,
entertainment purposes only, TikTok.
Next question, Marlon.
Kenya, I feel you. So, in other words, we're about to end this episode, right? This is what's going to happen. We're going to end this episode. I'm going to leave you my closing thoughts, okay? And then we're going to switch to Big Eye after dark,
Oh
okay?
God, no.
So, this is what's about
No.
to happen. So, I'm gonna give my closing thought because I already know where this going, and y'all know how I feel about my content. So, closing thought.
Oh, Jesus.
Shh, shh, shh.
Before you give your closing thought, can I just say this, big bro?
What's that?
You know what? You is real strong. You real strong. Cause you know what? You literally, you be having so many thoughts and you want to be with the bullshit so bad, but you keep thinking about your brand and you be like, I can't resist. Then you know damn well you want to be with the bullshit.
Yeah, I'll be with the bullshit on the next one.
Hey,
All
wait,
right, but
motherfucker, who muted me?
well,
That motherfucker big guy.
okay. So that was the sign. Here we go.
Okay, big bro. I'm gonna be quiet voluntarily.
So let me answer Rexy's question. So Rexy, to answer your question, I will be back. You said what time you get live in the topic, please. So I will be definitely posting what tomorrow's topic is going to be. I'll tell you guys what it's going to be so that y'all don't have to ask me what it's going to be tomorrow. And I'm going to also post it. You know why I'm going to post it? Because I want you to go over there and I want you to like and share and repost it so everybody knows what it is. Yes, that's
That
me.
part right there.
So, look, I'm just saying. But let me give this closing thought. And here we go. Closing thought. Healthy love isn't about who leads or who follows. Healthy love is about knowing when to do both. It's not always about who leads and who follows, right? It's you have to understand that there are points in time in relationships when you're going to have to do both, right? And recognizing that, being aware, having your eyes open that there are going to be times I am going to have to do both. But it's knowing where your role is at and being aware. It's no difference than when someone leaves out of somewhere and you have to be aware of your surroundings. Same thing happens in a relationship, guys. Let's be aware. I definitely want to thank everybody that came in on the panel. I appreciate every one of you guys. We have a good time. We have fun. Y'all know I be serious about my content. But I don't know if everybody recognized, but there was a lot of words that was being used, and I appreciate it. My wife was sitting over here laughing the whole time because she knows what my topic for tomorrow is. And we said it throughout the whole presentation, but not the whole lot. The whole podcast was talking about it, but we never fixated on it, right? So the topic for tomorrow is wanting versus needing a person in a marriage or relationship and knowing the difference. That's what tomorrow's topic is going to be. Same time tomorrow, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You guys make sure you like, share, follow, check out my profile. Yeah, I'm saying it. TikTok might say something. I don't care, whatever. Please go to my profile, check out my YouTube, because all this right here is going to be uploaded on my YouTube. So definitely, please like, share, subscribe to that for me. I appreciate that. I need it for this is for the culture. And just do that for me and share it with your friends. But now that I've gotten that part done, tune in after this for Big Guy After Dark. So y'all can go and talk, and we can talk and do whatever else we're going to do that has no filter, that I don't have to upload for content at a later part. And everybody can be unfiltered. So, shh.
So you trying to promote this sleepy motherfucker?
I try to warn you. So I am going to drop everybody down. It's the Silky Blaze and Black Dynamite show. So everybody, go and check out my boy. And I'm gonna drop all y'all down. I appreciate you guys. Brooklyn Babe. Pew. Rexy. Pew. Keita. Pew. Big guy. Pew. Hey, look. Love you guys. Catch y'all tomorrow, same time. And we're gonna have some fun tomorrow. Peace.